side of it, right? And I seen the people that would say, well, I should get a raise because, I've been here 5 years.
Right, just off of
I hadn't had a raise in 5 years. I'm like, well, what were you hired to do? I was like, well, I was hired to do this, this, and this. I was like, okay, so are you doing that? He was like, yeah, and I'm really, really good at it. I was like, that's why they pay you. Now, if you want to get paid more, you have to do more.
Yeah.
You don't get paid more because of time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same thing I told my daughter. She was like, well, I know I get my commission for this, but I'm 17 now. I was like, you don't get more money because of age. If that was the case, I'd be rich. You know what I'm saying?
Where the money
right.
is.
The age does not dictate how much more you get. What value are you bringing?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So if you got a job and they pay you to do this, if you want more, you have to do more.
Yeah.
And what most people think is, well, I'll do more when they pay me more. It never works that way. Once you start doing more, they say you can handle it, then they have value to pay you. They're not gonna do it the other way around. you gotta do the work first. Show them that you can do more. Then when it comes to time, okay, we got a little slack. What can we do? So and so deserves a raise, not by time, but by what they do.
Yeah.
That's how it always works.
That's a good point about mindset.
We see no, hear no, speak no evil. They act as if we see no, hear no, speak no evil. We tapping into purpose. Our purpose. Our purpose. We tapping into purpose. Our purpose. Our purpose.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Zay.
And it's your boy Rashad.
And this is the Raw on Purpose Podcast.
You already know it's the Raw on Purpose Podcast where we tap into being your absolute best self while thriving in your purpose.
Yeah, so if you didn't catch part one, you might want to go do that first before you jump in and really listen to part two. We still got my brother here, Mr. Chuck Hardon here. Yeah. We're talking about mindset, the mindset of an entrepreneur. And we're going to take this deep dive into like how important your why is in having a strong mindset. So, bro, so we're just gonna pick up where we left off. You were talking about like when you're coaching with people, that if they don't have ambition, it's hard for you to really help them get to the next level, and especially if they don't know their why. Why? Well, first of all, can you explain to them what is a why?
Okay, so the why is that thing that you will fight for and never quit on, right? So the why always has what has you or what hurts you. Like what's that one thing you're saying, God, don't take me today because I hadn't done this yet, right? It's that thing that keeps you motivated. And I give 3 components when it comes to building the why. And they got to be these 3. One is your why has to be emotional, okay? 2, it has to be bigger than you. And then 3, you got to write it down. Like you actually got to physically put it on paper, something that you can see to keep you motivated. Because your why plays a certain role when it comes to building your life, right? So in coaching, when I teach it, I have the why, your goals, and your vision. Those are 3 separate things. People think they're all the same thing. No, they're 3 separate things, and they affect you all differently, right? So your vision is where the end result, where you're going.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is what it is. And the great thing about a vision is you don't really create your vision, right?
Exactly.
So your vision is created by God, implemented in you, and worked through you.
Wow.
So it's not just about you when it comes to your vision. And your vision also has to be that thing that stretches you. So to give an example, people would think that your vision is like this, like what you see, your sight, like where you're going. But your vision is actually like this. It's kind of like this. Because your vision should be a steady uphill climb every step. Because your vision shouldn't just motivate you, it should stretch you.
Yeah.
It should build you. You should become a better person. You couldn't have your vision being who you are right now. Because if you could, you'd already have that vision done.
Yeah.
Right? So your vision is way up here, where you're going. Then you have your goals to get you to that vision. So the goals are the step-by-step things you're doing every day, every week, every month, every year, right? If you're saying your vision is something by, say we're in 2022 now, going into 2023. Say, man, by 2025, my vision is this, and I'm going to be doing this, then it's not big enough. So your vision should be more lifetime thing. Because your goals on getting to that vision, your goal could be something in 2025, I'm going to be here, or I'm going to have gotten this accomplished or done. But your vision is way out there, and it's something that you can focus on long term.
So your vision pretty much is like that macro, and the goal is like the micro of like how to
get. See, the goals are how you get there, and then your why is the thing at the bottom that anchors you down, the thing that won't let you quit. So you got your why, to your goals, to your vision. Because when you're doing your goals, you're going to fail at a few things.
Yep.
You're going to get disappointed. You're going to hit heartbreaks. Things not going to work out. Things going to shift. Things going to change. But because you have your why anchoring you down, when you fall all the way back, you're never going to quit on your why.
Yeah.
That's why it has to be bigger than you.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? If your why is just about you, just like every other goal affirmation says, since the beginning of the year, right? People always do the New Year's resolutions, right?
Yep.
And the New Year's resolutions, most of the time, for most people, I'm going to lose weight.
Yep.
Right.
I'm going to make money. I'm going to get out of debt. That's most people's New Year's resolution, right? And they say that January 1st.
Yeah.
So on January 1st, they took all the junk food out the house. They got them a personal trainer. They done signed a 4-year contract for a gym they ain't going to go to for longer than a month. You know what I'm saying? And they do that January 1st.
Yeah.
By January 17th, they find themselves in McDonald's drive-thru ordering French fries with their credit card.
Broke so quick.
Already broken because you give up on yourself easy.
It's
and we
easy
have
to.
all done that.
Yep.
But you will work harder for something else. For you work harder
Absolutely.
for someone else.
Absolutely.
So if your why is anchored into someone else, you don't want to let them down. Right? So my why was my daughter. When I first had my first kid, that was my why. That was like, okay, this is real. I'm holding it like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? This is, and I distinctly remember probably the third day, we were still at the hospital. And the third day, I was holding the wife was over there asleep, and I was holding. She kind of looked at me and was like, "Psst, you got this, right?" That's what she said out her mouth. She said that. She said, "You got this," because you look nervous. And I looked down there like, "Who you talking to?" And she was like, "I'm talking to you. You look nervous. You got this, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. I got it."
Yeah.
And it was all about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And providing the best for her. And when I would get tired, when I would not want to do it, when I'd be disappointed, just walking there to kiss her goodnight every night, be like, I got this. Right? So you have to figure that out because the trail to get to your vision is too hard without something like that.
Right.
You know, so that's why the why is so important and being able to identify it and then move in the direction of, regardless of what happens, this is my why.
Yeah. Yeah. The crazy part, like, I think about, I was much smaller when when I met you, right?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Actually, when I met both of y'all, I was much smaller, right? And so, from 2016 to 2017, I was able to get back to that size. And I've been trying to get back there since 2020. The difference was, from 2016 to 2017, my job was paying a personal trainer to train us. And so my why was, I'm not going to waste your money. Right? You put enough money on the table for me, so I'm going to come and I'll be there 3 times a week. I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to do all this. And lost, 70, 80 pounds in that time frame.
Nice.
I've been sitting here trying to get back to that size for the past 2 years. And it's like, okay, it's the why. What
Redefining the why.
How can I anchor the why into getting that weight change, right? Because all the craziness that's happened through the course of the past few years, having a baby, right? You know, when they say I was like cocky enough to be like, I'm not gonna gain no weight. Like, I'm gonna do the opposite of what everybody says.
Right.
Yeah, your wife's like, hey, I'm hungry. You go.
You can't just get her.
Right. You gotta get something.
Right.
And it spirals. Plus, so it's like, all right, how do you lock in? So for me, it's like 2023 is like the year of greatness. I'm walking into greatness, so I have to let go of all this stuff. So I have to, for the sake of my daughter and the child that I have coming, right? I have to lock in for them because I need to be healthy to see them walk down the aisle, to see them graduate, to see them start their first business.
Yep.
I have to make the different mindset changes just to be able to run with them. Because that little girl I got, man, she keeps me ripping and running. And so I'll say, like, for you, like, with your why being so strong, and I've seen you stay committed to that. And you've done everything that you can to make sure that her and your youngest daughter, making sure that they have everything that they need and want.
That's it. It was mine is, Daddy's gonna do what he gotta do, so you can do whatever you want to do. All right. So I didn't. In my mind, it's like I don't want my daughters working for money. You gonna work.
Yeah.
100% you gonna work.
Yeah.
But you're gonna work for your passion, and we're gonna give you the flexibility to be able to identify that. Right. We're gonna be financially stable enough to let you identify. You can't just sit around. Oh
Yeah,
no, my dad didn't allow that work ethic that we talked about last time. So you're gonna have the work ethic.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be able to work for your passion, which will probably sell you way further than working for a check anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so that's kind of the goal now still,
Yeah.
is to be sure that that's in place.
Yeah. That's so huge. Like,
Real
and
huge.
is that one of the reasons why you see most people quit in your coaching? Like, that why isn't so strong? And it's like, I've had established, like, one of my first whys in network marketing was I wanted to retire my parents. But then I look at my parents, and it's like my dad's retired in a much better life than I did. So it's just like, that's not really a goal to attach yourself to, but it's like you'll say that, right?
Right.
I want to retire my parents.
You got to be able to identify, and that's one of the things we do even before necessarily in our first session of coaching. Because if I can't help you identify that, the things you got to go through, that we know you
Yep.
got to go through.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah.
you know
It's
we gotta
like,
go through.
we haven't this ain't strong enough yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you talk about it long enough, you're gonna try choking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
your why is.
Yeah, you're gonna see that shift
You're gonna
in them
see
when
a
they
little.
talk
You're gonna
about
see
it. Yeah.
you're gonna see it start to brew up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make nobody, but I need you to be able to tap into that emotion.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to put yourself there.
Yeah.
Right. So we spend a lot of time. If we can't identify that, we might not even move forward. Like, you know what? We don't have enough motivation. Money is not enough to motivate you to do. You know what it's going to require you to do to get this done. What you're saying you want to get done.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to take a pause.
Yeah.
Until we can identify something that you're willing to fight for.
Yeah. And honestly, man, that's the first time, and I haven't been around you in some time, but hearing you talk about going from your why to the goals are essentially the steps to your vision. How should you create the goals? Right? Because in as a business, first of all, if you don't have goals as a business, you're already ready on your way to being out of business.
Right.
Right? Even as an entrepreneur.
Because you don't have a plan. You got to have a plan.
Right.
Got to.
Right. So
Right.
how do you set goals? Right? To be able to and when I say set goals, like, some people be like, yeah, by the end of the year, I want to hit X amount of dollars. It's like, okay, all right. So let's say you want to hit 10K in a month. All right. Do you know how to hit 1,000 in a month?
And that's really what it breaks down to.
Okay.
It really breaks down, because I guess the acronym that we teach in setting goals is SMART goals.
Yes.
Right? So you got to have SMART goals. Specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and time sensitive.
Yeah.
Well, so what most people may miss out on is specific.
Right.
Right? They might say just
They'd be like, I want to lose weight.
exactly.
Okay, how much?
How much?
By when?
How much
How you
weight
wanna
you want
feel.
to lose. Right. You
Yeah.
want to say how much weight you want to use.
Yeah.
If you lose 1 pound, you lost weight, so you're done. You know,
Right.
I'm going to do 10 pounds. Okay, specific. By when? Like you said, what's the date? How much you want to make? By when?
By when?
Right? Money is a good one because it's measurable. Weight's a good one because it's measurable.
Yeah.
A course, a degree, something that's measurable.
Yeah.
Right? Because SMART is measurable. That means I can see where we are and where we're going to be. How much in your account right now?
Yeah.
That's start one. So now we can measure if we grew or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Realistic. So you just said, I want to make 100,000 this year.
Right.
Right. Talking with a guy, I want to make 100,000 this year. Nice. That's not really hard to do. Cool. So now we got to figure out how we're gonna get that done.
Yeah.
So how much do you make at your job right now? Oh, I make 65 at my job right now. Cool. Okay. So what else are we gonna be doing? So do you have a part-time business? No, I don't. No. Okay. So do you have a part-time hustle? Do Uber or something? No. I was like, 'cause that my time doesn't really allow me to do that. Oh, okay. Okay. Does your job pay commission? It's like, no. It's just a set salary. Okay. So how do you expect to get from the 65 to 100?
Right, that's a gap.
Right? That's a big gap, and just saying it won't do it.
Yeah.
Now, if you just want to focus on your job, then we got to look at other positions that pay more.
Yeah.
So what other positions do your job have? If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to. He's like, well, okay, let's pull up the website. Let's see, are there any jobs that pay $100,000 you can apply for?
Yeah.
Because now we got to figure out, okay, let's say you're a manager and you want to be a director. Just titles that people like. The director pays $105. Great. Now I need you to print out and do everything that a director needs to be able to do. What do they need to have in place? Right? Do they need a certain degree? Do you have that degree? Okay, well, that's check one. We got to get you enrolled in school to get that degree because obviously that might be one of the things that's needed.
Yeah.
What else do they need to do? Maybe we can forego the degree because that might take a while, and let's just look at the requirements.
Yeah.
Because maybe if you show them you can do the work without the degree, they can still give it because you got experience with the company. So let's look at that. Let's look at all the things. So it's ways to do it, but you just can't say, I want to make 150 and your job pay 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to do anything else.
Yeah.
Like that's not realistic.
Yeah.
You know, and for someone that says, well, I want to make $10,000 a month. Okay. Well, how much do you make right now? Oh, about $2,000 a month. It's a big jump. That's a big jump. Now the thing is, it's not unrealistic. You can do it.
Yeah.
Especially, let's look at the industry that you work in. Does your industry even pay that
Yeah,
much?
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Deal with that reality.
right.
Right.
We got to be realistic with it, okay? Because people in network marketing go from 2,000 to 10,000
Yeah.
in a year. You can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But now we got to see what work do we need to do to put in to get that done. So it's very specific on those goals, and then you got to break them down, right? So the goal, for example, if this year I want to make 250, right? Big number, good number, okay? So how we going to do that? What specifically are due? Where's that money going to come from? So you can know exactly where it's going to come from here, and come from here. Yeah. Great. What are you willing to give up to get that done?
That's what I was just about to say. What are you willing to give up to get that? Yep.
You're going to have to give up something
Yep.
in exchange. The
Yep.
world doesn't work something for nothing.
Yep.
What are you willing to do
Yep.
in exchange for that compensation?
Yeah.
What value are you going to bring?
Yeah.
Okay? Got that down. Okay, great. So we got that down. That's specific. Now let's break this down a little bit because it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to make 2,000 a day and then 10,000 tomorrow. 2,000 this month, 10,000 next month. Yeah. What we got to step this up. What needs to be in place for that to happen? So what we got to do this quarter, right? So I break goals down to GOAL, right? So the goal is the end result, right?
Okay.
The O are the objectives. What things do we need to do, kind of big size, maybe quarterly, that we need to do to have in place to get that done, right? So that's the G, that's the O. The A is the activity.
Okay.
What do we need to do on a monthly or weekly basis to be sure that we're getting that part done? And then the L is, I say, life you live. What are you doing every day to get you close to your activities, is getting you close to your objectives? Because the life you live is what you can actually control. And that's what people mess up. They focus too much on, I want to make $200,000 or I want to lose 20 pounds in a year. Okay, well, you can't control whether or not you lose 20 pounds.
Yep.
What you can control is how many calories you intake every day.
Yeah.
What you
That
can't
part.
control is how much
Yeah.
activity you do physically every day. And it might not be I work out an hour a day. You might have to start with, I wake up 30 minutes early and I take a walk every day.
Yeah.
You might have to start with, I'm just drinking water and I'm not drinking any soda ever again.
Yeah.
Right? Simple stuff you can do, but it's realistic.
It's realistic.
You know, and once
Yeah.
you do that 30-minute walk, now you might be able to add in or say, okay, I can commit 30 minutes. Now let me get a personal trainer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what can I do in these 30 minutes other than walk that can get me more activity done? I can burn more calories. I got 30 minutes I carved out. I know I can do this. I've been doing it every day for a month now.
Yeah.
So I know I got these 30 minutes. What else can I do?
Right.
Right. Now, what diet plan do I need to be on? Now you hire a diet, someone that creates diets for you, you know, based on your body type. Everybody ain't the same.
Yeah.
You know, so it's ways to do it, but you just can't say it and then poof, you
Yeah.
know, the lottery kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
No, genie rub and then boom.
Right,
You know,
magic
just
pill.
because you said it, you somewhat sure that's what you want, that it's gonna happen.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Like, that makes me think of, I think there's some clips on Instagram that are tied to this book called Atomic Habits. And this guy talked about he would go to the gym for 5 minutes every day. And people would look at him like he was crazy. He would walk in there, literally be there for 5 minutes and turn around and walk out. Mm-hmm. But then it grew from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, from 10 minutes to 15, from 15, because it was just creating the discipline, right? And it's so true what you say about your life, like the life you live every day really determines how much you do, because you have to shift. Like, it takes a mindset shift, right?
Definitely. And people say it takes 21 days to create a habit, and it really takes a day, a decision, and then another day, and then another day.
Yeah.
Because after 21 days, you got another day after that 21 day.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, it's to create those habits daily of doing the right thing the right way consistently.
Yeah.
And then once you got past the basic, now you seek specialized knowledge. You seek somebody that does it better than you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not going to get training from somebody who is out of shape.
Right.
That's not going to make sense. If I'm in better shape than you, why am I training with you? And then I notice for myself, I don't do well with personal trainers. I do better with someone I'm working out with. You know what I mean? Somebody, okay, so let's work together, because I get upset if you just keep yelling at me 10 more. You do 10 more. Tired of doing 10 more. Right? So I know that about myself, right?
It's your set now.
Right. So when I have somebody I'm working out with, then we fighting together. We struggling together. So when you say you got to push through, I just saw you push through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, like, dude, I work out with, like, he's shaped like an Adonis. Like, dude, you cut up. You know, like, goodness gracious. But we work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm working up to his level.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times a trainer have to work you to yours. You see what I mean? And they have to push you just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm ambitious and I'm competitive. So with that, knowing that, I'm pushing up to his level. Like, no, don't take the weight down. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And now, after several years, it didn't happen quickly. Several years, I'm up to his weight, and now we pushing each other. You know what I mean? We got that consistent pushing each other. But before, it was definitely like, okay, keep that weight on there. Spot me.
It's funny that you say
I'm about
that.
to say, don't work out with him. It's funny, ain't it?
I was just about to say, because him and I work out all the time. And it's like, obviously he's more consistent at it than I am. So it's like, when we were working out together, I was a little closer, and then life happened. I didn't work out as much. So then I jumped back in to work with him. And he's like 15 pounds ahead of me. And it's like, in my head, it's like, nah, bro, you ain't going to pump me out. Sitting here talking about, you want me to take this little weight off? Nah.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
Then
Keep
I'm like,
it on there.
And
Or
then,
the next day.
I hurt my knee one time trying to stay with him. I was like, okay, the ego lifting is done, right? And it's just like, it goes back to, like, you're pushing each other, right? And it takes time.
It takes time to get back.
In my 30-year-old mind, I still think I'm 20. Like, so it's like my 30-year-old body with my 20 mindset. Like, yeah, I can just jump on this mug and push this without stretching.
Right.
No, you can't. No.
And you shouldn't.
Right.
And you shouldn't. Yeah. So that it all contains together. And again, environment, y'all just talked about.
Yep.
Being around people doing the same thing you doing.
Yep.
All that plays a role into it. And it's all the mindset intentional.
Yeah.
I'm intentionally going to the gym. I didn't meet him outside the gym. I was going to the gym already.
Yeah.
And it organically kind of happened that way. It was organically, probably at the beginning of the year when the gym got crowded. And I was on the bench because I got there a little earlier. And it was like, ain't got anybody. Hey, man, can I work in with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? Kind of start off like that. He was like, nah, bro, you need to push down on the bench a little bit. You're too close up. So that way you can come down. Yeah, come right in the middle. Like, just give him, man, appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was it that day.
Yeah.
That was it. He went on about his own about what. Next day he was like, yeah, dude, now when you're doing your flies out like hugging a tree, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like, oh, appreciate that. So I'm doing it wrong. Like, and then next thing you know, what time you get here in the morning?
Yeah.
Get here. What time you get here?
Yeah.
I get here at 5.
Yeah.
That's kind of early.
Yeah.
But I could be here at 5.
Yeah.
So it kind of organically happened. And because, again, first, you got to see if they real. You know what I'm saying? I've been working out for 2 years by myself.
Yeah.
They saw me in there. We spoke. You know what I mean? But there were a whole crew of 3 or 4 dudes just cut up, working out together.
Right.
Right? I didn't fit that mold that they were in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't fit, but I was consistent.
Yeah.
Consistently showing up, every day doing the best I could.
Yeah.
You know, people see that, they want to help you.
Yep.
Right? If people see
Yep.
you at your job trying to do more, trying to do better,
Yep.
they want to help you.
Yep.
But they got to see, if you ask for mentorship, and honestly, I tell people, you don't ever have to ask anybody to mentor you. When they see you doing the right thing, they want to help you.
That's right.
They want to give you a little bit extra. Man, I see what
Yeah.
you're doing over there, little bud. You're doing good, man. I'm tell you one thing you can work on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Really, you see how you're not coordinated right there. You see how it looks. Your brown shoes, brown belt, black shoes. People notice that when they see you. You know what I'm saying? So think about that next time. Really? I ain't even think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little simple
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
They want to help you be better.
Yeah.
Not for
Exactly.
any recognition, not for any, just because somebody helped them
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
It works that
And
way.
they see a little bit of themselves in your work ethic, or they're like, okay,
Your
like,
desire,
yeah,
your-
your
you
desire.
know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like-
they want to succeed. They want to get to the next level. Let me go ahead. They feel compelled to kind of just let me help this.
Let me help
yeah.
you a little bit right here. Get
Yeah.
you over this little hump.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like one of the dopest things that I've seen for you is like through the course of the years, you gave up meat. Like, and it's been what, 4 or 5 years?
We
now,
5
right?
years now. This past Thanksgiving been 5 years strong.
5 years, no meat. Like, I remember when he said it, and I was just like, okay. But then I was like, no, it's Chuck. So okay. And for you to be going like 5 years no meat, and that's a challenge, right?
That was a challenge because I was a carnivore. And
Certified
it's
carnivore.
still certified, and it's still a hard fight. Every other day, I almost lost it to a chicken wing about 2 weeks ago. So lemon pepper hot.
One
I'm like,
wing
oh,
away
that
from
lemon
the
pepper hot
backslide.
look right. Oh my goodness. My partner was eating. I was like, nah, man, dip it in the blue cheese. Dip it all the way in there. Dip that. Yeah.
Yep,
You
yep,
know,
yep.
they're like, you want one? Nah, I just want you to enjoy it, man. Go on, enjoy it. You know, I'm eating this celery stick right here. I'm gonna dip it in blue cheese.
If I'm not mistaken, like you started going to the gym at 4:30 in the morning too, right?
Yeah, so I hit there every day at 5. We show up, and that's really now. It's even more of a. I found it's like when I don't go, it's like my day been off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like now it's like a necessity. So I push meetings back. I push stuff like, I got to get this gym in.
Yeah.
You know now because now I get to push off the aggression,
Yeah.
all that mental space. I'm physically prepared.
Yeah.
You know, for the day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, then I still, because it's so early, I can still get my girls to school. I can still do my self-development. You know, it's all of that, getting it out early. And
Yeah.
I was not an early bird. People still say, like, well, you just, no. I make myself get in the bed. It's to be 11:30. I'm like, boy, get in the bed. 4 o'clock coming quick.
Right.
You know, because naturally I'm naturally get more excited at night. I don't know, like my mind start,
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
But what I do is I write all that stuff down. Like, okay, I got to get this done tomorrow, this done tomorrow. All right, go to bed. We got a plan for in the morning, hitting the gym. Got a plan when I wake up and I get, we ready.
Yeah.
We ready for the day.
Yeah.
But getting it out the way early, for me, it works. I can't say it's for everybody.
Right.
For me, it works.
Yeah.
You know, but again, that's another discipline. That's another like,
Yeah.
okay, I gotta get up.
I gotta get up,
And this
yeah.
thing, nobody wants to get up that early.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
Right, that's not their first.
Ain't nobody
I'm so
happy
excited to
about
get up,
that.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
ain't nobody happy about that. Like I can't wait. It's still a struggle now. But I talk myself into it.
Yeah.
You know, some mornings it really be like, okay, bro, you went 4 days this week, man. You don't gotta go today. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man, give yourself a break. Now, I said, well, just go in there and brush your teeth. If you don't want to go after you brush your teeth, then get back in the bed.
Yeah.
Right. Then I said, well, just go in there and put your shoes on. You know, if you put your shoes on, you don't want to go. Yeah. Get back undressed, get back in the bed.
Yeah.
But to put your shoes on, you got to put everything else on first.
Yeah.
You know what? Just go downstairs and get your oatmeal. If you don't want to go after that, just get back in the bed. Just drive over to the gym.
Yeah.
If you drive there, you pull up, it don't feel right, you can drive back home.
Right.
Just go
walk
inside.
in the gym.
Just go inside and make sure everybody else
Right.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just do one set. If you do one set
Yeah.
and you don't feel it, then by then
Right. You all the way.
you all the way in.
All the way in.
I'm talking to myself the whole way through there.
And that's the key, though. Like I've mentioned in our recent episode when we had my other business partners as far as the gym that we train at and everything on my personal weight loss journey. And that's how I really had success early, is by doing like what you're talking about, is by kind of like just moving that needle every day, just focusing on what I'm doing, what I am committed to doing for that day. So I took it one day at a time. I started walking after work. When I was 40 plus pounds that I started walking after work for 20 minutes. Next day, what can we do better? All right, let's walk for extra 5 minutes. All right, next week, all right, let's jog for the first 2 minutes. Next day, first 5 minutes, let's jog and still run. So that's all I kept doing. I just kept focusing. All right, progression every day, progression. And before I looked up, I wasn't even focusing on no result.
Right.
I wasn't focused on no specific outcome. I know how I wanted to feel, but stepped on the scale 6 weeks later, 25, 30 pounds is off. Now I busted my own head like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't expect. I did know I wanted to lose weight, but I was very specific about how I wanted to feel, how I wanted to feel in my body, and what it required every day. So I focused on the everyday.
That everyday
And then-
activity.
yeah.
That's the thing to focus. That everyday little bit activity, and people would do that for 3 days and then get on the scale. That's not
Yep.
enough.
Yeah.
That's not long enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
5 days and get on the scale. I did it 5 days.
Yeah.
I should be
Right,
seeing
straight.
Right. I should be seeing something.
Yeah.
Not really, because you really just got the activity. You probably didn't change your eating habits so much, you know. And people think you got to do the full 180. No, just do a little bit. Don't because that's when they quit, because they do so much of a change and so much of a shock that they quit. Just walk for 30 minutes. Just don't drink no soda. Drink water all day. You know what I'm saying? If you got to have a soda, have one at dinner. You know what I mean? But like, it's the small little things consistently is what works. And that's even with your business. You got to build your business consistently. Because people have an idea about a business, get excited, do a whole lot one day, and don't do nothing for the next 4 days.
Yep.
Then
I
they
see
do
it like watering a plant. You can't water a plant if it needs daily watering to stay alive. You can't do, like you said, come back 4 days later, then expect that thing to be healthy at the end of the month.
Right. It's consistent, and it's not the duration, but the intensity that you do it and how often you do it. Like, give it that if I'm gonna walk for 20 minutes, I'm gonna walk 100% for 20 minutes. If I'm gonna build my business after my job, I'm gonna give this 30 minutes that I have 100% of my effort.
That part.
It's
That's the
not
key.
necessarily the time. You don't have to work it full time, but you have to give it full effort. You know, and holding yourself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, find someone else that's doing it too, and y'all hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Bad.
You know, that again, the environment. You know, if I don't show up to the gym like 2 days straight, one of my partners gonna call me, "Hey, dude, you straight? Are you all right? Are you?" Yeah, man, I was out of town. I should have texted y'all. My bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, or man, I've been sick. Like, yeah, you should. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of accountability helps, and it's genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a genuine thing.
So this is the Raw on Purpose podcast. Right?
Okay.
So just and this isn't random. I know it seems random, but it's raw is the raw you being your authentic self. Purpose, right? So for yourself, when you think about your why, when you think of your mindset, what do you believe your purpose is here in the earth, right? Bringing the authentic Chuck into your purpose, right? How does that we're just gonna mesh it all together, your vision, your goals, and your why. How does that all come together for your purpose?
It blends into my mission. Like I have a mission statement that I wrote probably 15 years, maybe 16 years ago. And my personal mission in life is to live my life to the fullest, using all the skills, abilities, and opportunities blessed by me from God above. I commit myself to constant and never-ending improvement in every aspect of my life. I live by the highest internal standard that I have set for myself that propels me down a road of excellence and success and away from the average path of mediocrity. I demand more of myself than anyone could ever expect, and I commit to being the very best at everything I do. I take charge and full responsibility for the results in my life. That's my mission statement.
Well, if that ain't a mission, huh? Huh?
Right, I think we're done, right?
Specific, sharp. I love it.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
Yes.
So and if people really think about it, whatever your gift is,
Yeah.
if your gift is baking cakes, if your gift is working out, if your gift is listening to people, if your gift is ministering to kids, whatever your gift is, God gave you that gift.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, if you don't use your gift, that's disrespectful to him.
That part.
Yeah.
Like that's just that's imagine you giving your child a gift or something, and they be like, "I appreciate that."
Yeah.
Right.
You know how much I paid for that doggone phone?
Right.
That's
You know what I had to go through to
that's
get.
the flip Z. What are you doing?
That's the top of the line.
That's the top of what you talking about.
Right.
Appreciate it, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, and because it's given from him, he knows when you're not doing your best. He knows when you're not giving your best. You can tell me anything.
Yeah.
You can tell your accountability, your coach, your mentor, your friend. You can tell anything.
Yeah.
But the one person that know is you and him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where the grind is. The grind and the hustle is not what people see. It's everything that people don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows up at the end,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I think things like Instagram and Facebook, they see the end, they see the flash.
Yeah.
Right? And we live in the land of the phony, fake, and flossing.
Yeah.
You know what? People rather look rich than to get rich.
Yeah.
You can stand in front of somebody else, can't take a picture to impress 2,000 people you don't even know.
Don't even know.
You know,
And they don't
We used to do that too.
so it's kind of like,
Yep.
so look, let's just be real, but it gives our kids the false sense of that's all it takes. You know, someone would say, I want to be just like Beyonce. Okay, you're 17, you'll be just like Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce started singing when she was 6. You like 11 years behind.
Yep.
So you got to step your work. I'm not saying it can't be done,
Yep.
but you
Right.
got to step your work game up quickly
Yep.
Right.
and immediately.
Yep.
I think she already had a platinum hit when she was 17.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
just getting started?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have to step it up. I'm not saying it can't be done,
Yeah.
but your work ethic got to get times 10
Yep.
because they just see the end result. When they see the football players on the field,
Yeah.
y'all see the game. That's 60 minutes, right? Professionals practice more than they play.
Yeah, exactly.
They trained 5 days for 60 minutes.
That part.
Yep.
How much are you training? How much are you practicing? How much are you doing for your end result? That's their end result. That's the game is show up,
Yep.
Yep.
right? But they practice every day for 5 days
Yeah.
for that 1 hour.
Yep.
Like, so when I'm asking you, like what'd you learn about your
Yeah.
business? What'd you learn about your industry? What'd you learn? I mean, nothing. Well, why did you think you're gonna be successful?
Yeah. Yeah. And it goes to the whole what's done in the dark comes to light. Like, you know, you look at Steph Curry. Steph Curry doesn't become the league like the all-time leading three-point shooter not shooting 1,000 shots a day
A day.
of
Right.
practice. Just in one practice. Getting up 100 shots is tiring. But to get to 1,000 shots a day,
And that boy is sick. That is
Right.
sick. What I mean, my
Right.
goodness.
Nasty.
so it's like, you know, and it goes back to like, you know, in the church space, right? A lot of people want the Joel Osteen size, the TD Jakes, right? A lot of people are trying to get there. And it's like, you guys weren't there when he had 10 people in West.
Right. West
Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah.
You weren't there for that. So you have to stop looking at where they are. And you have to find a way to find out where. And the sad part is most people don't document the beginning. to allow people to see, like, yo, this is what it really looks like. This person said no, right? The whole story about Colonel Sanders was what 99 people said no, and then he got to the 100th person,
And he was 65 when he started.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
People don't see that. It's weird because I think he's kind of strange. He needs a little help. But Kanye, had that person, they would follow him around. It's like, man, you're going to be great. We got to catch this now.
Yeah.
To catch that documentary back then.
Yeah.
When he, wasn't Kanye. I mean, he was, like that's the first time that's been done.
Yeah.
But it shows, okay, yeah, you want to document all of that because the most important part is not the success, it's all the things that you did to go through it. So when people ask, what makes you successful, any successful person, they're going to tell you about a loss they took. Yeah. They're going to tell you about the grind they put in. They're going to tell you about all the stuff it took to get to that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it special was, man, I had to go through all this just to get this one deal.
Yeah.
But then once I got that one deal, I didn't make any money, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And then when I went to the next deal, I made a little money, but I didn't bring anybody with me. So they piece it all together. And that's how life works. It doesn't just start from one and then you're successful. But our social media age can kind of make it seem that way.
Yep. Man, bro, great conversation as always. I want you to close out with that speech that you always get. I think it's like the 60-second thing to die for it, something. Like you say it all the time. I know
I
it's
got
on
so
the
many.
spot.
I got so many.
I know you got ours.
I got my Power Builders creed. I got a lot of. So
I will die for it.
My organization is that we build. We call it the Power Builders.
Yeah.
Right. Because we empower you so you can empower everything around you. Because we want to empower the world, but we're not going to reach the world, but I can reach you.
Yeah.
And then you can reach those 4. And then those 4 can reach those 12. Right? So it grows that way, right? So the Power Builders Creed was based on just a movement of people all trying to be great.
Yeah.
Right? So this the Power Builder. I'm not sure if this the one though, but
we'll see.
'cause I got so many.
I know you do.
I got so many, so I'm a power builder. I live my life with the attitude of gratitude and expectation, thanking God for his power that flows through me. I make a daily commitment to build up my God-given powers and the powers of those around me. I build my mind, my body, my spirit, my business. I build my world. I'm a power builder. Speed plus strength plus precision equals power. I would not have been given the powers I possess if I was not expected to use them. Now, along with great power does come great responsibility. I choose to use my power for the forces of good, forever increasing my world for the better forever, forever increasing love, wealth, health, success, and abundance. I'm a power builder, and I invite you to join the movement.
Hey, I'm in.
Me too. Well, guys, Mr. Chuck Hollywood Hardon, my big bro, my mentor. He's one of the people I talked to before I decided to get married. I've been talking to him. He seen me. A lot of people don't know. I used to follow them around with cameras. Right? Mm-hmm. Like with cameras, they had some of the dopest when they got promoted. They had some of the dopest promotions for them getting promoted when they hit SVP. I had trailers for them.
Yep, it was hot.
And they were fire.
It was hot.
And I'm like, I was telling Tim this the other day, or when he came through, and I was like, I'm mad that I was ahead of my time with it.
Yeah.
Because, like, today, like, if I was able to, but I was like, what God did was he took the camera because he was like, you weren't ready. I had to develop everything to where now we're in this space. But being able to watch you grow and then you having such a large impact in my life. And I want to make sure that even, to make sure I even give you your flowers publicly.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Like, you're my big bro, my mentor. You are part of the reason why I am the man that I am today. I have the mindset that I have today. You've always challenged me in everything, right? I would talk to him about Christian hip hop beats, and he was like, "Yo, what makes that Christian?" And it's like, okay, get off your high horse, right? Get off your high horse and think about this differently. It's like, right? We would have debates, going to the meetings and all that stuff, but like, I want you to know that none of that time that we spent together has been taken for granted, has not been wasted. I appreciate each and every one of those talks, you checking me. I remember one time, and this was like, I barely knew him, but he like, I trust you this much. He was like, all right, here's 100. He was sitting there counting money, and I could have took off and ran, but he had enough trust in me to count it. He's like, no, I already know this about you, and we barely were around each other at that time, but we've had so many great times together, and I just want to let you know, bro, I appreciate you taking the time out to spend. Like I said, you're a busy man. You got 2 beautiful daughters that are doing some amazing things in the world. You have a business that you're building that's growing. You have people that you are impacting. And so, yeah, I'm going to have you close out again, speak at the camera, let them know where they can find you.
Well, first I got to say, I appreciate you, and you know when you sowing seed in good soil. So I mean, so it's easy when you have someone that's open. Like when you came around, it was like, okay, he different, already young, and had his head on. You know, got your head on right.
Yeah.
So it was always easy to be like, you know, even now, and I see the progression, I see the growth. So when the phone ring, it's not like, can't deal with that today. You know, like, because some people, you have that.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. I might even pick up the phone to say, I'm busy, but I see you. I'm going to hit you back. You know what I mean? Just because I know I love the growth that you have done, and the fact that when you take information and use it, people want to give you more.
Exactly.
If you come back asking me the same question you asked me last week, and I asked what you do with what I told you last week, that's irritating.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I see the growth. I see what you're doing. I'm so impressed with your setup, with what you got going on right now. So I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man.
You know, definitely.
Appreciate it. So I got somebody knocking at the door, so we're gonna close this out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please lock in. We got some dope things coming. I want to thank my boy Chuck again, my big bro coming through.
Appreciate you,
Until
bro.
next time, it's your boy Zay.
And it's your boy Rashad.
And this is the Raw on Purpose podcast.
Keep tapping in.
Tapping, to your purpose. Tapping. Check it. They act as if we see, no hear, no speak, no evil. They act as if we see, no hear, no speak, no evil. We tapping into purpose.